This episode of the weekendchannel.tv and positivepower.org is brought to you by our community supporter, Charmel K. Ward. Charmel owns Ward Traveling Notary Public, offering mobile notary services throughout the metro and surrounding Maryland, North Carolina, Georgia, and New York counties. She provides dependable notarial support for individuals, families, and organizations. As Star the Love Officiant, Charmel provides officiating services for weddings, elopements, and vow renewals, conducted with dignity and care across multiple states. For more details, her service information is available on Instagram and the websites and phone numbers listed. Charmel K. Ward, supporting community, connection, and care through trusted notary and officiant services.
Well, welcome to My Journey with Paula G, where we are juggling this journey we call life while we're walking in the gifts and the talents that God has given us. I am so glad that you have come on board. If this is your first time, you have now become a journey embracer. Thank you for embracing the journey. For those of you who are returning, appreciate you staying with us throughout this show and throughout this process because, I say time is precious. It's the one thing you can't get back. So for you to think it not robbery to spend your time with us, you have so many choices. We truly appreciate it. I want you to stay connected across all platforms. Paula G Voice, regardless of what platform you're on. Paula G Voice website is paulagvoice.com. Well, today I want to talk to you a little bit about my book here, which I just at the time of this particular recording, I've just published this one. It's Lady Wisdom Says Paula's Perspective. And it's a summary or a compilation of all of the blogs, all of the Paula's perspectives, the lady wisdoms I've done over the years, whether it's been on my blog talk, the Paula G show, whether it's been on this show, or whether it's been my audio blogs. I put them all right here in a book. So I want to thank those of you all who have gotten the book, and you can find it on your usual platforms. You can go to my website, paulagvoice.com, and you can see where you can get not only this book, but the other book, my first book as well. But this has all of the, like I said, the blogs that I've ever written or recorded in one place, because some of y'all were asking, well, where can we find it so it's all in one place? Okay, well, we got a book. So I'm pretty happy about that as well. All right, so what I want to start with today is one of my Paula's perspectives, and it is entitled New Beginnings. And I just want to read, I'm going to select a paragraph here, and then we're going to talk a little bit about some of these points. So this one is entitled New Beginnings. We all have that opportunity and ability, no matter how bleak our current circumstances, to embrace a fresh start. We all have the opportunity to move and think in a new direction. So, what is a new beginning, and how can we embrace it in this season? A new beginning suggests a new start, a new direction, a new mindset. A new beginning is a release of past failures, difficult circumstances, disappointments, and abandoned dreams. A new beginning is an opportunity to establish a new perspective and to look forward to new possibilities. Now, I have 6 suggestions here in regard to new beginnings, but let me just share a little bit personally with you all. I always say that Paula G Voice, aka Lady Wisdom, is a woman who has transformed her life from who she was to who she is today. Not that who she was a bad person or her life was that terrible, but as a result of life changes, there's a shift from who I was to who I am. And there are times that occur in our lives where things happen that will cause a shift. You're not the person that you were yesterday. And you're at the point, at the threshold of where it's a new start for you. And however that new start occurs, it's just that, a new start. It's a new beginning. I remember at the point in my life where I started this particular journey. It started out with radio, Blog Talk Radio, with the late, great visionary before his time, Clark Garrison. And I was going in almost a completely different direction than the direction I was going in prior to meeting Clark, and kind of shifting my life into media and modeling and being an author and a contributing writer to Flourish Digital Magazine, and having this show, TV talk show, My Journey with Paula G. And shout out to our producer, Jerry Royce Live, for being the visionary. And shout out to our underwriters for providing the opportunity for us to continue to have this programming. So as the doors began to open for radio, they also began to open for other opportunities in other areas. And you will find that as you begin to discover your purpose, or who you are, or what it is that you desire to do, those doors start to open to other areas that you may not have imagined, or areas that you have always desired, but may not have had the opportunity, and you find yourself on the threshold of those things. So I found myself on the threshold of voiceover, doing voiceover, using my voice, a gift of voice that God has given me, using it not only to serve those who are without sight, but to use it in a manner that serves those that may be sighted, but the sound of my voice ministers to them, or causes them to relax, or causes them to forget about their troubles for a moment, or causes them to be encouraged, using my voice to not only minister to others, but to use it in a manner to expand the other gifts and the other talents that I have. Because in the process of doing voiceover, other doors open for modeling, active, older adult. Who would have ever thought? I know I shared that with you all before. Doing some commercials, and just all of these different things started to occur as a result of my new beginning. But in the process of that new beginning as well, I had to have a change in my mindset. There are some things that I had to overcome. There's some things that I had to put behind me. There's some things that I had to let go of. And it wasn't easy, because even though I was walking into these new areas, even though I was crossing this particular threshold, I was still being kind of held down by certain things that I wasn't allowing myself to let go of. And we've heard, before, that, you have to forgive and forget. You have to let go and let God. You have to release some things from your past, create a new narrative for yourself, write a new narrative for yourself. And that's what occurs when we're looking at new beginnings and moving in a different direction, because it calls for a different mindset. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, I'm going to talk to you briefly about those 6 areas, or 6 things that I would suggest on how to establish a new perspective, a new mindset, because sometimes that mindset will hinder us from taking advantage of the opportunity for new beginnings that may be right in front of us. If you're just tuning in, welcome. This is My Journey with Paula G, where we are juggling this journey called life while we're walking in our gifts and our talents. And today we're talking about new beginnings. So we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Positive Power 21 Studios, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast. Get ready for powerful conversations, dynamic interviews, and life-changing testimonies. Join us as we bring you the best in Christian talk radio, uplifting music, and inspiring Bible studies, on demand and live, 24/7. Love Christian content? We've got you covered with Bible teachings, gospel artists, authors, business leaders, and motivational speakers sharing their faith, purpose, and success. Stream anytime, anywhere. Find us on all digital media platforms and Mixlr. Tune in now. Visit theweekendchannel.tv or positivepower21.org media with a mission. Positive Power 21, changing lives, one broadcast at a time. Now streaming live and on demand. Don't miss out.
Welcome back to My Journey with Paula G, where we are juggling this journey we call life while we're walking in the gifts and the talents that God has given us. We appreciate you all being with us. We want you to stay connected. Paula G Voice across all platforms. Website is paulagvoice.com. Also want to give a shout out to our underwriters. We appreciate their support. If you have a business product or service and you're looking to gain exposure for your business product or service, reach out to Jerry Royce Live at gmail.com. He's our producer, JerryRoycelive, Jerry Royce Live at gmail.com. Put underwriting opportunities in the subject line, and he'll be sure to follow up with you in regard to underwriting opportunities. We thank you all so much for being with us. We were talking a little bit before the break about new beginnings. So at the time of this particular recording, we are at the onset of a new year, and I might add a deep freeze across the eastern border of the United States at the time of this particular. So that's why I'm a little bundled up here, but I'm nice and toasty down here. Some of you might be watching this in the summer, like, oh my gosh. But our shows run throughout the seasons, and that's the beauty of having them on a variety of platforms, because you get to catch up and watch them anytime, any season, day or night. So we appreciate our worldwide audience and our journey embracers. All right, so before the break, we were talking a little bit from my book, which is Lady Wisdom Says, Paula's Perspective, and it's available on the usual platforms. You can go to my website, paulagvoice.com, for more information on that. But we're talking about new beginnings. And I want to share with you 6 suggestions on how to establish a new perspective when you're talking about new beginnings. And most of what I share with you all are from lessons that I've learned from personal experiences. And that's the one thing from this particular book, a little shine there, is that at the end of each piece, or the end of each motivation, devotion, encouragement, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if y'all probably can't see that on here, but there's a lessons learned at the bottom. There's a wisdom challenge and there's a lessons learned at the end, because I don't want you to just read this and be motivated in the moment. I want you to read it, but also take something that is tangible that you can utilize. All right. Some things to consider when you're looking at new perspective. Recognize where you are right now as a result of the past year's experience, or whatever it is that you've come through. Recognize where you are right now as a result of that. Evaluate the experiences that have impacted you and see which ones you can use, see which ones you can acknowledge and release. There's some experiences I can acknowledge those, and based on those experiences, I can use those to propel me forward, or those experiences are not helpful at this point in my life. If there are circumstances that remain, determine how you will move forward, given the fact that you may still have to coexist with the aspect of those circumstances. There are some things that may occur as we move forward and as we, cross the threshold into a new season, there are new beginnings. There may be some things that may come across that threshold with us, and that we're going to have to, I don't want to say learn, figure out a way to coexist with those things, because we don't have the option of just releasing them and letting them go. It may be someone in our home that we are living with. And when I say living with, I mean living with on depending on what it could be, a spouse or child or a relative or whoever it is. You may have to coexist with a distraction. How do you figure out a way to do that and stay focused on what it is that you are desiring to do or the direction that you're going in? You may have to set some boundaries on that. Where you are right now is not where you were. The shoulda, woulda, couldas, the regrets are not going to be helpful. It's a new day. Moving forward, what can you do with this day to put you one step closer to what it is that you desire, or one step closer to fulfilling that new beginning, to starting that journey? Number two, allow yourself the space to process through whatever emotional impact those experiences may have had. Many of us find ourselves frustrated beyond measure. Many of us have had to process a different way of grieving our losses. Give yourself space to let those emotions out. So many of us don't allow ourselves that space. However, eventually those emotions will surface one way or another, and it usually occurs in some random format. Have you ever been someplace where something occurred? You saw something, you heard something, you smelled something, you tasted something, you felt something, and you just broke down and started crying. That has happened to me. There was a time where where was I? I can't remember where I was. I think it was at some sort of eating establishment. Anyway, there was a scent coming from a food, an odor coming from a food that reminded me of my grandmother. And in that moment, there was a part of me that hadn't grieved her, and I just lost it out of nowhere. And I didn't see it coming. Out of nowhere in that moment. Giving yourself space to let your emotions out. And I know you're saying, okay, we're talking about new beginnings, and why are we talking about emotions? Because sometimes there are things that occur in our life that we don't allow ourselves to deal with, or to process through, or to go through. And we don't allow those emotions to come out. We don't allow ourselves to process those emotions, and they can seep out. There's this book, I've referred to it a few times before, about buried feelings never dying. If we don't allow ourselves the opportunity to process some of those feelings, sometimes we have to allow that process as we move in a direction of new beginnings, to be able to express those emotions. And sometimes when we're moving in a direction of new beginnings, we do find ways to express those emotions in an appropriate fashion. For example, if somebody's an artist, a piece of art that they may develop that may help them process their emotions. A singer, a song that they may write or create that will help them to process those emotions. So when we recognize that there's certain emotions or certain things that we may still be juggling with, how we can process those in such a manner that it's productive and it helps us to move in the direction that we're moving in. Giving ourselves the opportunity to refresh. I think we always have to have the opportunity. We always have to give ourselves the opportunity to hit that refresh button from time to time. We get depleted, we get tired, we get drained, we get burned out. We have to allow ourselves the opportunity to refresh. And that may call for, going off the grid for a little while, taking a day off, centering ourselves, meditating, a spa day, a vacation day, a walk, whatever it is, allowing yourself the opportunity to replenish and refuel and rest. Start to develop a vision and a plan for how you will embrace the opportunities that lie ahead of you. How are you going to embrace those new opportunities? How are you going to make room for those new opportunities? How are you going to implement the changes that will help you navigate that season? Implementing those changes that will allow you, how will you incorporate those changes in your life as you navigate into a new season? And then setting goals for yourself, short-term and long-term goals that you're going to set for yourself to move yourself in the direction of your new beginning. So once again, recognizing where you are right now as a result of your past experiences, evaluating those experiences that have impacted you and see which ones you could acknowledge and release. Allow yourself the space to process through whatever emotional impact the experiences may have had. Give yourself opportunity to refresh, start to develop a new vision and a new plan, implement changes that will help you navigate your season, and setting goals, your short-term and long-term. I cannot stress that one enough. And it's such a beautiful thing to be able to look back and see, okay, I accomplished that goal. I accomplished that goal. This goal is in progress. That is a motivator when you set the short-term goals for yourself as well as long-term goals for yourself and moving in the direction of new beginnings. We all have the opportunity. We all, one way, shape, form, fashion, or another, we all have an opportunity for new beginnings. The question is, how will we navigate that season and move forward so we can begin to allow our new direction or our new life or a new season or a new beginning to manifest for us? Think about that. Our time is always short, and we've come to the end of our journey, but I thank you all so much for joining us again. We thank all of our underwriters for your underwriting support, and if you're interested in gaining exposure for your business, product, or service, email jerryroycelive@gmail.com, put underwriting opportunities in the subject line. We also want to thank Jerry, our producer, CEO of Positive Power 21 Christian Media, for the vision of my journey with Paula G. Stay connected. Paula G Voice across all platforms. And then remember, the greatest conversation you will ever have is the one that takes place in between your ears. What are you speaking to yourself? Is God a part of that conversation? Are you listening to his still small voice? Until next time, embrace the journey, your new beginnings. Take care.
Come on, put your hands together. Anybody got that joy deep down inside of you? Let me see you put your hands on it. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it to me. Hey, can't take it away. Come on, dog. Put your hands together. Clap them if you love the Lord. You ought to show some sign. Here we go, listen. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Oh, this love that I have, hey, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, yeah, I say the world didn't give it to me. Hey, yeah. The world didn't give it to me. Oh, this peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. You can't have it. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it. I say the world didn't give it to me. Here we go. Come on, y'all. I know if you're really feeling this thing here, I need to see you put your hands together and do it like you really mean it. Listen, this joy that I have. This joy that I have. Come on, to say the world didn't give it. of this joy that I have. Ooh, yeah. Hey, this joy. Come on, I said the world didn't give it. This joy. Yeah, yeah. Hey. Come on right here. Say the world can't take it away. The world can't take it away. Come on, say the world can't take it away. Hey. Ooh, yeah. You can't have it. Can't have my joy. Come on. This joy, my peace, my happiness. Oh, hey, my joy, my peace, my happiness. Come on, everybody say the world can't take it away. I say the world can't take it away. No, 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 no.
Family, this is Paula G, aka Lady Wisdom, host of My Journey with Paula G. And I just want to share with you all that we are so excited because our reach is expanding. We are now presently in the Brooklyn, New York area, the Atlanta, Georgia area, the DMV, and we are growing. So if you're looking for exposure for your business, product, or service, you can reach out to jerryvoicelive@gmail.com or Paula at paulagvoice.com. Put underwriting opportunities in the subject line, and we'll be sure to follow up with you as we all continue to spread love, spread the word, and encourage each and every one of you to juggle this journey called life while we're walking in the gifts and the talents that God has given us. Until next time, embrace the journey.